Hello everyone. Hello Nero, I hope you're doing very well today. Who would you say is likely going to be playable in Marvel Dokkan? My wish list, so I can answer this two ways. I'll answer both ways. Who I think will be in the game and who I would like to see in the game. So I'll start with who I think. I guess I'll give you maybe 3 people that I think. I'm pretty sure Thor is going to be there. I'm very certain the Hulk will be in it. I'm very certain Daredevil. Oh, you know what? No. Let me not include people that I would like to see in the game. So I'm pretty sure Thor will be there. I'm pretty sure Wasp will be in the game, or at least Ant-Man or Wasp. And third person would probably be, I would imagine, one of the Fantastic Four, if not all of them, at some point. Maybe to start with, either Sue Storm or Mr. Fantastic. Maybe Johnny Storm might be in it, Human Torch. But as far as who would I personally like to see in the game, I would love to see Daredevil. I would love to see the Hulk, and I would love to see Wolverine. Those are my big 3 wish list characters for Tokon. Mainly because I really want to see what their designs look like. Oh, give me just a sec. Just gotta go grab a cable for my controller. One sec. Been a couple weeks since I've played Slime Ranch, so I will have to kind of get a refresher as to what I was doing. I think Wolverine and Deadpool is guaranteed to be part of the game at some point. Oh, definitely Wolverine, definitely Deadpool. I'd be very surprised if, well, I don't know, maybe if they're if they're smart, they will maybe save one of them for DLC. I don't want them to do this, but if I'm looking at it from a cold calculated business perspective, I would probably want to save one of the big characters for the event, the inevitable burst, what I assume of many fighter passes will be there. But oh, that's right, I breeded these guys. Forgot about this. So these are, yeah, they look pissed. Okay, so they might be, how much money do I have? Okay, I did high wall, air net, solar shield. I need a plort collector. And I need a music box. I'll do that. I wish the plort collector was over on that side, but it is what it is. These guys like meat and fruit. Okay. So, oh my goodness. So I guess they'll eat when they're hungry. But I'm trying to think of other characters I'd really like to see in Tokon. Because, like I mentioned, I'm not like, if this were DC, I'd be going all over the place trying to get like a big wish list of the characters that I'd want. But considering that it's Marvel, oh, Gambit. Hey, Deadweight. Gambit, that's a very good pull. Yeah, whatever. What do you need? Oh, chickens? Let's see. 2 hens, 1 rooster, 2 stony hens. Okay. Well, let's just suck them up and see what I can get. Alright. So, let's give the guy 2 hens, 1 rooster. There we go. What's this? Odd onion. Maybe I can grow one of these. Phosphor plort. I personally want Bullseye and the Green Goblin. Ooh, Green Goblin would be really cool. That could be a fun one. I would say the cool thing about Marvel Tokon is because it has such a striking art style and already really cool character designs, they could pick probably whoever, and the reactions would probably be very positive simply because of how cool the character designs are with that Japanese anime-ish flavor to them. But I think Bullseye, a Bullseye in that anime style would be sick. I think Green Goblin in that art style would look really cool. I mean, this is the cool thing about Tokon as well, is that the world is practically their oyster. Because they have a near limitless amount of characters they could pick. And I'm pretty sure you could... This is one of those cases where I think... You know the saying, you can't please everybody? This is one of those cases where I really do think they could actually please nearly everybody trying to do this kind of thing. You're gonna get at least some people who are very happy with all of the inclusions. And again, I think it's just such a great benefit that they have going into this game. And even, again, they have somebody like me. Me, for you guys who don't know, does not care, who's so burned out on Marvel. But I am actually looking forward to seeing when the next character reveal is going to be, or when the next batch of characters are going to get revealed for that game. Just because of how inspired I think the art design is and the character designs. It's quite something that PlayStation and Marvel have pulled off, getting even me excited for Marvel again. It's really crazy. It's crazy how that happened. Like, I don't hate Marvel Rivals, because I've never played it, but when I look at Marvel Rivals, when they talk about here's the next character, here's the next batch of characters that we've got, I really don't care unless it's in some select cases. Like, I thought Sue Storm, for obvious reasons, was very appealing to me. But I think anything after that or before that, I just kind of went, oh, okay. I just reacted with kind of indifference whenever they would announce a new character in Rivals. But this has probably been the first time in a long time that I'm going to actively keep track of what characters... It's probably the first time since Mortal Kombat X was probably the last time I really kept track of when characters were announced for a fighting game. Just because I was really excited for MKX off the back of MK9. And unfortunately, that game did not turn out how I would have liked, but that's, yeah, it is what it is. Let's see. I wonder if I can grow these onions. I kind of just want to collect these for a little bit. No, I don't want the slimes. I just kind of want to collect these for some chump change. Oh, yeah, shoot that little guy back. But I hope you both are doing well, Nero and Deadwade. Thank you both for coming by. But I was looking at, because Marathon, the big story of the week is in the game world is that obviously Marathon got delayed, which, I mean, we all knew that was going to happen. Anyone with half a brain knew that Marathon was going to get delayed. But I was looking at the games that have already been announced for PlayStation's 2026. And I mean, already right off the bat with Saros and Marvel Tokon, and I highly doubt either of those are the big fall tentpole game that PlayStation's going to try to go for each year. I highly doubt either of those fall into that category. I would say Saros obviously is going to be a big single player game, and then you got Tokon, which I don't know how PlayStation classifies that, because they didn't. The strange thing is they didn't mention it once in the video in the presentation they made for their shareholders that I went over last week. They mention Marathon all the time, but they don't mention the game that has gotten way more positive public reception. I just find that so strange. It's just such a weird thing to me. I don't know why. I don't know why. Like, if I was PlayStation, I wouldn't want to mention Bear Games or Marathon at all, and I would go more for Tokon and brag about how we've entered into another partnership with Marvel and talk about the explosive amount of interest that game has garnered. But I don't know if they recorded that fireside chat and presentation before the state of play where Marvel Tokon got announced, and they didn't want to include it in the video so it wouldn't leak, or I don't really know why they didn't talk about it other than that. That's really the only reason I can think of that they wouldn't want to talk about it. What's over here? Can I buy something? Oh, let's do garden. And that way I can grow these. Oh, whoops. I don't have a... Hold on. You get back in here. I need to grab one of those onions. I can grow it in here. Do these guys, like, ever eat? Meat and fruit, yeah. I guess it's just because I don't see them eat. But, I mean, they are getting plorts, which is good. Boom plort. I wonder, let's see how expensive, what these go for. But let me go back and grab one of those onions that I have in storage. I think Thanos and Cyclops would be good. I'm not the biggest Cyclops fan, but Thanos I think would definitely be... to me, that's like a big, like, yeah, we should do that. It's like, I don't know why you wouldn't. How much is a boom plort? 58. Shit. Yeah, take it. There we go. Which one is that? I need to find some of these other ones too, but all in due time. But a beet. That's a veggie. So I'll put that. Oh no, they already have a carrot auto feeder. But I think the obvious ones are obviously people like Iron Man, Captain America, Hulk, Thor, Black Widow, Wolverine, Deadpool, Doctor Doom, Storm. I mean, the people that have been around in like MVC and other Marvel fighting games for a long time. Let me put the beat. Gambit would be a very good choice, as Deadweight said. I like that idea a lot. I think Blade would be sick. Daredevil, like I mentioned earlier, is obviously a really good... I mean, that to me is an obvious one, considering how popular the show is on Netflix, and then now it's on Disney Plus. Even though I really don't like the new Daredevil show, I really like the seasons 1 and 1 and 3 of the old one, but I just cannot get into the new one. Let's see what's over here. What's here? 5,000. Okay. I mean, I could make 5 grand pretty easily. All right, in you go. But I think PlayStation, just with Saros and Marvel Tokon, at least personally for me, their 2026 is already pretty appealing. And you all know me, I don't give a shit about... I'm excited to talk about Marathon because I'm sure that will be a very worthwhile game to discuss and follow, considering what it represents. But as far as playing it, I would maybe try it if there was an open beta and I could convince some of my friends to play it with me in the open beta. I'm sure I could, but other than that, I will not be forking over 40 or 50 or however much it's gonna be, just simply because I don't wish to play it. Because I really just don't wish to support Bungie, because I just do not care for them all that much anymore. Which is sad, because I have a lot of fond memories of Halo, especially during the 360 days when I would play them with my best friends from high school. I would go over, or high school and middle school, I would go over to one of my best friends' house very often during more like the tail end of middle school and then throughout high school, and we would play things like the Halo campaigns and Reach's Forge mode, and we would play things like Rainbow Six and the Gears multiplayer modes, like the Horde modes and stuff like that. So I have a lot of fond memories of playing Bungie's games back then. And I mean, you all know my love-hate relationship with Destiny, but I just don't... Marathon to me is not something that I am particularly chomping at the bit to play. I'm chomping at the bit to talk about it, because I find... I mean, if like I've said before, if PlayStation wasn't in bed with Bungie, I would probably care a lot less. But since they are, I mean, this by just being being under PlayStation's umbrella, it falls into my wheelhouse of discussion. Oh, the fruit. Okay, let me go grab the fruit. Here we go. All right. Crystal plort. I wonder, can I breed one of these night plorts or night slime with a crystal plort? Is this something that is possible? Let's experiment, shall we? Let's see. If they put Daredevil in, I hope they put in Kingpin. That would be cool. This is arch enemy, the same way Green Goblin, Spider-Man, I also want Carnage in it. That would be... Carnage would be pretty cool. Oh, Venom. I'm sure Venom is going to be in it as well. I don't know about Carnage, maybe as a DLC character, but Venom to me is a very obvious inclusion. But we'll see if they actually do it. Let's see. Anything in here? Wild to think Naughty Dog's new game will release near the end of the console generation. Yeah, that's what happens when you spend all your time working on a game that is never going to come out, and then you spend more time making a game where you pour so much like micro detail into everything and feature creep and scope creep that it just, I mean, I don't know what would have happened to Naughty Dog if they had allowed The Last of Us. I wonder who. I mean, it's easy for me to say that Jim Ryan and Herman Hulst encouraged Naughty Dog to expand the scope of factions, because I think a lot of people would have been very happy with just an updated version of factions that had the same scope as the original Last of Us version of it did. But then they started just expanding it and putting in story and characters and acting, and I just want to go, guys, this is not necessary. Just do something like, you know who did this really well? Surprisingly, Sucker Punch with the Ghost of Yote multiplayer mode. That what is it? The aha, there we go. Fruit and veggie. Okay. I'll go grab another one of those. And we'll make little crystal guys. I can now get some crystal stuff. But I think it, like, I agree that it is wild that, and it's not like the PS3 gen where we got The Last of Us at the end after Naughty Dog cranked out 3 games that generation, and then they released The Last of Us at the end of it. Now, it killed a ton of people at Naughty Dog to do that. So there is a human cost to doing something like that I would not wish onto anyone, because it is highly irresponsible. But from a selfish gamer perspective, man, we didn't know how good we had it in the latter half of the PS3 gen, because I think a lot of people tend to over romanticize the beginnings of the PS3 gen, because the beginning of the PS3 gen sucked. I mean, it was bad. It was really, really bad. But the second half, man, those were good times. Like, I fell back in love with PlayStation during that time, which is crazy to me. Oh, it's oh my god. All right, let's. Oh god, no! Here, eat that. There you go. There we go. Okay. So they need fruit and veggie. And I'll get a pork collector. And yeah, why not? I can make 500 again. Speaking of Carnage, I wonder if they will make Spider-Man 3 game M-rated just because of Carnage. Knowing how Insomniac is now, I hate to pour cold water on your hopes, Nero, but considering Marvel and Insomniac, how they write now, I very highly doubt that's going to be the case. I'd like that I'd like for that to happen, because that could at least be kind of interesting, kind of give it more of an edge. But to me, these Spider-Man games are just so, with the exception of Miles Morales, which I think is very good, I think the main Spider-Man 1 and 2 games are just very flavorless. So I don't think they would ever have the inclination, especially considering the way the modern Insomniac writes their games, as if every character is some therapist and every other character they're speaking to is there for therapy and they just need to get everything off their chest. I doubt they're going to do something like that where they make Carnage more violent. I was surprised by how violent Venom was in Spider-Man 2. I was surprised they actually showed blood when he bit off Craven's... Oh, spoilers, but... Sorry. If you don't want to hear Spider-Man 2 spoilers, just cover your ears for a sec. That I was surprised they showed blood when Venom bit off Craven's head. Because to me, that was far more violent than anything I'd seen in Spider-Man games in a long time. But I honestly, I'm really not all that excited about the next Spider-Man game. I'll play it just for obligation's sake, because I've gotten this far. I might as well see it through to its, what I hope is its conclusion, because I really don't want them to continue making these Spider-Man games. I just think they're such a waste of time for Insomniac. I understand that they make a lot of money for Insomniac, but I wish they would work on new things. And I'm not talking about Wolverine or X-Men. I'm talking about actual new things, not that are not Marvel. Because I'm just, quite frankly, I mean, with the exception of Marvel Tokon, I really just don't want to see PlayStation doing any more. I don't want to see them doing any more single player Marvel stuff. Now, if they have a new idea that they can use for Marvel, then that would be interesting. But I just don't. I mean, that's why I'm curious if Wolverine will be a very dark game. From the footage that I've seen of it, because I actually have a recording of the leaked footage that I watch every so often, just to kind of remind myself of like a rough version of what that game. Now, I don't know if they've made changes behind the scenes, because I know that the creative director left Insomniac in general and went to, I believe he went to I think he went to go work on the Perfect Dark game that's at Crystal Dynamics and the Initiative, or what remains of the Initiative at Microsoft. But I hope that whatever they're working on actually is dark. And what they showed in that leaked footage of it was pretty dark. I mean, you saw Wolverine basically getting like stabbed through the chest with a spear, and then some ninja gets like blasted in the face point blank with a shotgun by one of the other characters that Wolverine is fighting with. There's a bit where Wolverine goes into like berserk mode and just starts like slicing people apart, and you see like blood just splatter all over the environment. So as far as the violence, I mean, it's definitely there, at least in the leaked footage that I saw. But as far as what remains in the current build and the final product, I couldn't say, just because I think that footage that I saw came from 2022, probably maybe a 2022 version of the game. I mean, I would hope that they would keep. I would hope that they would keep the more violent nature, because I think that's the thing that people are mainly excited about with Wolverine, other than the existence of a Wolverine Insomniac game. Because it would just look silly to make a Wolverine game and then go T-rated. That would just, where he's slicing people apart. That was the problem with the X-Men movies for a long time, is that before Fox and Disney got more confident with showing gore in their movies, you had Wolverine running around slicing people up, and it had very little to no blood. And that was always distracting for me whenever I would watch those movies. I mean, I like X-Men 1 and 2 a lot, the original ones. But it just looks weird when Wolverine is running around, especially when the bit in X2 when the manor gets invaded and Wolverine's running around stabbing a bunch of people, and there's just there's no blood. And I go, wait a minute, where's the violence? What's happening? Why is there no blood? I have problems with the Spider-Man PlayStation games, but the one thing I do like is how they're building up Green Goblin. I mean, isn't the ending of Spider-Man 2, and again, spoilers for Spider-Man 2, isn't the ending where he goes to visit Otto, and Otto, he asks Otto to tell him Spider-Man's identity, and Otto's like, no, and they're building up to the Green Goblin shit with Norman. I think that's how it's been a while since I've played, oh god, whoa! It's been a while since I played Spider-Man 2, so I would need to kind of have my memory refreshed on everything that happened, but I know they're gonna introduce Silk, who I honestly didn't even know was a thing until this game's ending. Because when they do that thing where during the post credits where they open the door and that guy who's dating Miles' mom goes, hey, I want you to meet my daughter, and it's some chick, and I went, who? Who are you talking about? Who is this? And I think it was Richard that had to explain to me who this character was, and I went, oh, well, I don't really care. So that kind of tells you everything I need to know. That kind of tells you everything you need to know about my reaction to these Insomniac Spider-Man games. But like I said, I'll play the third one just out of obligation at this point, because I'm already here. I might as well see it through to its conclusion. It's kind of like Spider-Man. It's kind of not Spider-Man. It's kind of like Horizon, where I was kind of like satisfied with Horizon after the first one, and then the second one, which I think is fine. I'm not crazy about it, but I think to myself, well, I'm already here. I might as well see this thing through to its conclusion, and I hope to God they stop making Horizon single player games and move on to something else. But knowing how proud Herman Holst is of how proud he is of Horizon, I have some serious doubts that he's going to let it go with some dignity. He's probably just going to keep it pumping. Keep it pumping. Silk is a very new character. She was created in the mid to late 2010s. I mean, that definitely explains why in the post credits the dude went, hey, meet my daughter, whoever the hell this is, and I just went, who? I don't know who you, like, it was the Thanos in Endgame meme where he goes like, I don't know who you are. I had that same reaction when I saw Silk. I just went, lady, I don't know who you are, and I don't know why I should care. Who are you? So you think Capcom needs to take a break from Resident Evil? Not a long break. I think the problem with Resident Evil is that this is becoming a thing in like a lot of video games, like companies and their most popular IPs, is that they don't. Now I will give credit to Capcom, is that it's not like Capcom relies on Resident Evil to be successful. They have other things. It's not like if Resident Evil were not to come out for like 4 years, Capcom would be doomed. Because they have plenty of other IP that keeps them going. I give them credit for that. But I would like to see them not do... I mean, the thing is, too, with... By the time 9 comes out next year, it will have been almost 5 years since Village, I believe. Which I think is is long enough. I think that's a very good amount of time to wait. And I know they're doing the remake stuff, but they've only done one remake game since, at least I think they've only done one remake game since Village, and that's 4. Because if I remember correctly, Resident Evil 3 remake came out in 2020, I think. I know RE2 came out in 2019 because it came out a few days before Kingdom Hearts 3. I remember that very well, obviously. But I don't think I think they're actually doing some kind of restraint with Resident Evil, which is kind of impressive considering they could really, I'm sure the temptation is there to just go gung-ho with Resident Evil and drop a Resident Evil game every year without regard to quality, like Activision does with Call of Duty, even though they're under Microsoft now. It's the same, it's a different owner, same story in that case. But I think Capcom have been taking breaks from Resident Evil, actually. So I would say no, Deadweight. I think they are actually doing a good job pacing themselves. Like, if they did maybe a Resident Evil remake maybe every 2 years, let's say they do one, the next one comes out in 2027. That'll be 3 years since RE4 remake, which I think is a good enough time. Because I don't remember if they officially said they're working on Zero or Code Veronica remakes, but those could be pretty cool if they are. Because I think those are 2 games that, like, I never thought Resident Evil 4 needed a remake, because I think Resident Evil 4 is fantastic the way it is. But I definitely think Zero and Code Veronica need remakes, because those games are... It's like they have really good ideas, but they just have some stuff that's just really frustrating in them. Like RE0, I think, has a really great idea. I think RE0 is the one with the split protagonist mechanic. And it's not, but I mean like controlling them kind of at the same time. I think that's 0, where they're on the train in the beginning. But it needs more work. And I think that makes a good enough reason to have it be a remake. Because normally I don't like these games getting remade, especially when the original ones aren't readily available. But I think Capcom have been doing a better than most job at making sure their older games are available on many modern consoles and hardware. Like, I know Resident Evil 4, even if Resident Evil 4 Remake turned out to be very bad, which I have my problems with Resident Evil 4 Remake, but I still think it's a good game. Even if they really screwed it up, the RE4 original is still available to play on modern consoles. It's available to play everywhere. I have it on disc in my cabinet right next to me. I mean, I made sure to get Resident Evil 4 for PS4 on disc. I was very adamant about that because It's for sentimental reasons because my PS2 copy of RE4 always had a permanent glitch where it could never save. So anytime I wanted to play Resident Evil 4, I would have to get pretty far into it or complete it, because then it would fail to save and I would have to start all over again. Don't ask me why I didn't just buy a new copy of Resident Evil 4. Even I don't know that. I think it might have been a problem with my memory card. I think I was just kind of too scared to really kind of face that possibility, but it is what it is. Ooh, stinky onions. Let's see. Odd onion. Alright. Wait, carrots are growing here too? Why are carrots growing here? Huh. Alright, that's weird. Let's see, fruit and meat. Well, onion's not a fruit, so that's that. I have fruit down there. I think I already hit this, but I personally want to see what Devil May Cry 6 would be. I feel like it's been long enough. It's been a long time since Devil May Cry 5. It's so strange to think. Excuse me while I stretch. It's been, what, 6 years now since Devil May Cry? I think March 2019 is when Devil May Cry 5 came out. I think it was the year Sekiro came out. So yeah, I believe it was 2019. So 6 years. At least 6 years since Devil May Cry 5. I think that's long enough. The problem, though, is that I personally think the story was wrapped up really nicely, even though it ends with Virgil and Dante in hell at the end. Basically fighting what was more than likely going to be forever down there. But I thought it had a really satisfying ending to this arc. And I almost don't want them, especially after that fucking Netflix series. I really don't want the series to go down that route, where we're gonna have writing like that, whatever they're doing with that. The other problem too is that Itsuno is gone from Capcom. So I am sure there's somebody within Capcom that could do a really good job with Devil May Cry 6. I don't know if I want to run the risk of that, because I think Itsuno did great things for Devil May Cry. I don't know who could be there to kind of shepherd in the next generation of Devil May Cry, but it's certainly not that fuckhead that is the executive producer or any of those damn writers on the Netflix show. But the thing is too is that Capcom, like I said previously, they have enough IP to where they probably could just comfortably drop stuff and not work on them for a long time, and they'd be okay in my opinion, because I think they've earned the right to set down some titles permanently. Now, I'm sure there will be a demand. I mean, there's already a demand for Devil May Cry 6, but Devil May Cry 5 was a big success for them, financial success and critical success for them. But yeah, I don't know. There's just a part of me that just goes, I want Devil May Cry to just be left alone. Just leave well enough alone. I don't want to run the risk of it turning into a joke, like what they did with the Netflix show. So I'm fine just letting it be for the time being. In the future, maybe next generation, that could be cool. But I'm content with them ending Devil May Cry 5. I'm still waiting for Phoenix Wright, whatever the hell they're doing with Ace Attorney. I'm still waiting for that. I don't know what's going on with that, but hopefully I hope they're working on it. If they're not, I'm like, what the hell are they doing this whole time? What is Shu Takumi doing this whole time? And then it's not like Capcom is starving for releases either. I mean, they've got, I mean, shit, next year they have 3 big high-profile games coming out with RE9, Onimusha. I guess you could say maybe RE9 is the only like big high-profile game, but man, they're really swinging. It seems like they're really swinging for the fences with that Onimusha game. I think it looks great. And then I think Pragmata, while I do need to see more of it to really get a feel for what it's going to be like, I think that shows promise, especially since some people got to play the game for a little bit at the Summer Games Fest thing, and they came away with it with positive impressions, even though there are still a few lingering concerns. But I like the idea of it, where I think the main guy, the astronaut guy, he can't damage enemies with his guns, so he has to rely on Diana, the little cyborg girl on his back, to hack into enemies, and then once she's exploited their weaknesses, he can then shoot them and kill them. So that's a cool concept. I don't know how in-depth it is, but that's why I need to see more of Pragmata before I start deciding whether or not it's going to be for me. And then, I mean, RE9 speaks for itself, even though I do think some of the things they've said about RE9 are a little concerning by saying that it's going to go in a much more action-focused tone, and it's going to have the largest scope of any Resident Evil game to date, which to me are not good things. But I didn't trust Capcom back in the day with RE6, because I think they went too far with that one, and Capcom was in a bad spot during that time as well, trying to westernize all their stuff. But I think Capcom is in a very strong position. They're not perfect, but Capcom is in a very strong position nowadays. They have creative people at the helm who seem to get it, and if they were to tell me we're going to bring back Dino Crisis, I would be very excited. They could bring back literally anything, and I would watch them with great interest to see what they're going to do with their games. Because I think they're one of the great comeback stories of the last 10 years. Because there was a time when I really thought Capcom was cooked, like they were just done for. But they have really impressed me over the last 10 years, near 10 years now. And that started with RE7, which I thought was very good. I think managerial-wise, they're also very impressive, to where I'm sure they have, production problems behind the scenes at times, but, no publisher is perfect. But as far as their pipeline goes and their managerial chops, I think they're fantastic. I think they really know how to get their games out efficiently in a timely fashion, and have certain quality standards to it as well. It reminds me a lot of how PlayStation used to do things with their production pipeline before that all went to shit this generation. Maybe saying went to shit is too strong of a word, but that's, to me on the outside looking in, that seems to be how it is at PlayStation. Uh-oh. Let's see. What went down? Oh. What's that one? Oh, that one went up. That's good. Alright. Looks like everything either stayed the same or went up, so that's good. But now I have enough to unlock that one area, which is a good thing. And I'm making money. Money. Yeah. There's only one weird onion. I'm gonna take that away. They need veggie. Yeah, they can do veggies and meat. So I'm just gonna feed them strawberries. They take. Oh wait, no. What is it? Meat and veggies? Shit. What am I thinking? Oh, I can throw the strawberries in here. Okay, cool. Okay, what surplus of what do I have that I need to get rid of? Not a whole lot. That's still growing. That's growing anew. Yeah, that needs food. Let's grab some chicken. Okay, that should be fine. Yeah, I have plenty left. Just throw them in here. How many do I need? Throw them. Okay. One lucky hen will go back in. So these roosters and these stony hens. These are more valuable. Let me grab Lords. What I got. Oh, I still have a few of these. Did you see the rumors of Sony possibly buying WB? I did. I don't know how credible that website is, but I would take that story with a massive grain of salt because acquisition talks usually don't leak. It's very rare that people find out about acquisitions before they actually happen because they usually start and they're usually limited to the highest parts of any corporation. But if that were to turn out to be the case, I would not be happy. I'll put it that way, and that's putting it mildly. I'd probably be very pissed off if that happened, because I don't want Sony to buy. I don't want them to buy anything. Actually, I want this acquisition stuff to end. I'm actually glad they didn't end up buying Katakawa, even though I said Katakawa is one of the very rare big companies that makes sense for them to buy. I would prefer they didn't. I'd prefer they take those billions of dollars and spend them elsewhere. And I say the same thing with Warner Brothers, with the exception that I don't know what Sony gets out of it that they don't already get, other than and I'm thinking it from the video game side, but I know what they'll get out of it from the movie side, but I don't know what they'll get as far as video games go out of WB that they don't already get from them. To me, it just seems like a gigantic waste of money. It's like they want their own version of the WB, or not WB, the what is it? The Disney buying Fox acquisition. It's almost like they want their own version of that. And I go, why? Why do you want that? That's a terrible idea. Oh, this doesn't have an auto feeder. Okay. They need hens as well. So I'll buy them. I'll be nice and buy them an auto feeder. But I think Deadweight is I think that's just such a bad idea for Sony to buy WB. I think it would be bad for them to just buy. I think anything would just be a bad idea, simply because I'd rather they just take that money and put it elsewhere. Just like have you seen the state of your video game output this generation? Maybe how about focus on that and not, how about let's focus on fixing that and not just running around and buying these mega publishers and these mega, not even publishers, just like mega companies. Let's not do that. Let's calm down, okay? Oh, that's where the plorts are. Alright, so the hens will go here. I think we've solved this problem. Actually, let me go back and check on the... What are you doing? Get in there. I'm gonna take some of these chickens out. Throw them in here. Alright, enjoy. Let's go check the underground cave before I open that new area we're gonna explore. Hey buddy, what's up? Oh, my dog just walked in. What's up? I don't know what he wanted. Guess just to say hi. Again, thank you all to everybody who's come by this Sunday to watch the stream. Hope you all have been having a very good day. Oh yeah, I have plenty of food for these guys. I would be having a better day if my neck did not hurt right now. I think I slept on it funny. So I've been having a stiff, yeah, I can still feel it. I've been having a little bit of a stiff neck all day. And I've also been hitting the gym again. So maybe that's because I did some, I did these things called stabilizer exercises on Friday. It focuses on things like rotator cuffs, the neck, just like parts of the body that are sometimes neglected when you're working out. So I did a workout that focused on stabilizers. So that might explain why I'm extra sore. No, I want to get to 10,000 before I move on. Ah! No, I want to get to 10,000. So I want to see that nice 5-digit number there. Get me to 10,000. And tomorrow is going to be chest day at the gym. Let's go open up this area and check it out. The docks. Oh, I have more than double the amount of money required, but that's okay. We will go down and explore anyway. Oh, a ducky. I want the ducky. Or you know what? Nah, it looks better in the water. Oh, this is just another area that needs expanding. But I need to find more, and this view is nice. I'll give it that. I don't know why I need to spend 5 grand on this, but it is what it is. Nope. Nothing over here. I guess, is that it? Just this? That's lame. I didn't need this. Oh well, whatever. Let's go find... Let's go explore more. Try to find more stuff. Because I saw other types of crystal or plorts, plorts that are on the wall for the rate exchange. And oh, the Punisher. That's, oh my god. How did I forget that? Yeah. Oh, that's another obvious one. Thank you for reminding me of that one, Nero. How did I forget about that? Hello. You're coming with me. Oh, there's a gold one. What does the gold one do? Wait, gold slime, gilded ginger. I don't have gilded ginger. And it disappeared. Oh wait, no, I have a gold one. Ooh. I can now get one of these little guys to eat. A gold one, and I can manufacture gold. Ooh. All right. Progress, baby. We did it. That was worth it to come over here, just for that. I don't think I even need to spend money to get over here, and I already got a gold plort. So now it becomes a matter of waiting until night. Ow! To find one of the bigger ones that will give me more plorts that make more money. And then I can... oh, slime key. And then I can start generating, hopefully, gold plorts. Ooh! Winter Soldier. Yeah, that could be cool. He's in, Rivals, right? Isn't he in Rivals, the Winter Soldier? Because I watched somebody do like a full like platinum playthrough of that game. And I was looking at like, oh, I didn't know that character was in it, or I didn't know this character was in that. Some of them surprised me. But Winter Soldier would be pretty cool. Since he's part of the new Avengers now in the MCU, I'm pretty sure he'd be an obvious inclusion, but I like their philosophy where they said that we're gonna pick characters that haven't been in any fighting games before, that have been licensed by us. So I think that's a really good idea. Just because it would provide some fresh blood to the Marvel fighting game scene. Because as cool as it is to see all of the old returning favorites, we need some new people in there at some point. And I think this is a really good opportunity to introduce people to new characters. Now, who those new characters are, I don't know. Again, because I'm not as big on Marvel history as I am on DC's history. But I do think I trust Arc, and I don't know about I don't say I trust Marvel, but I'm comfortable with Marvel, what they're going to choose. I mean, one of them might even be Silk, just because that would give people, I guess, more familiarity, at least visually, with that character. Oh, Red Skull. Maybe in a DLC pack, I could see Red Skull. Are you excited for James Gunn's Superman? I don't know about excited, but I'm interested in it, which is rare for me for a superhero movie, because I could not give a shit about any of the future Marvel movies, but the only two that I can think of that I have some curiosity about are the Batman Part 2, because I really liked the first one with Robert Pattinson, and this Superman thing from James Gunn. Just I really liked that first trailer, but as I was telling a friend of mine a few days ago, because they had watched, I haven't watched any of the other Superman trailers beyond the first one. Even in that first one, I see some things that are a little, I don't know about this, such as having characters from the Justice League right out of the gate in this movie, when they're just now starting to build this universe. Yes, he's in Rivals. Oh, okay. That's what I thought. Because I would prefer they just keep their focus, keep a strict focus on Superman and develop him, instead of then cramming in Hawkgirl and Green Lantern. I know what they're doing, but I would rather they just focus strictly on Superman. But just from that first trailer, I did like what I saw. I'll give them that. But I was telling a friend the other day that WB is great at cutting trailers, even for movies that end up sucking or movies that I end up not liking anywhere near as much as I thought I would. The big example for me is that, do you guys remember Suicide Squad 2016, the one with Jared Leto as the Joker? That had a great trailer. That trailer that used Bohemian Rhapsody and cut the footage together to kind of sync with the beat and the tune of Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody. That's one of the best trailers I've ever seen. And that movie sucks. That movie is garbage. But again, great trailer. And they managed to really get me excited for a movie that ended up sucking. I mean, that's the power of a really great trailer. And I also look at Joker, where I know this is a hot take, but I do not like either of those. I don't like either of the Joker movies, but I don't like the first Joker movie, the one with Joaquin Phoenix. I think it's a very like baby's first Martin Scorsese movie, baby's first Taxi Driver, and it's so obvious where its influences are coming from, and I don't think it really does anything interesting until the last third when he becomes the Joker. And even then, I think it's been done better elsewhere. But I thought that trailer was, both of those trailers for Joker are terrific, especially that first one that uses the remix of that Smile song, the old Smile song. And I just thought it was so creepy, and it just had this vibe that the movie ended up not even having, which was really unfortunate. Oh, Emma Frost, yeah, she'd be really cool in Tokon. Her design would be, I can imagine her design being really sick. All right, bon appetit. All right, let me go grab, actually, you know what? Let me go make a cage real quick. Put it right here. I can breed people. Okay. Damn, even after spending all that money, I still have enough, like almost 4K. Hey XYZ, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Thank you for coming by. Let me go grab some of these guys. Okay, they need fruit. That's good. Let me grab a few of them. Well, let me grab 3. Let me actually make sure I can breed them, because this would really suck if I were to try to breed these phosphor slimes with a gold plort and they don't take. That would really suck. Yeah, I would say Deadweight, I'm more cautiously optimistic about Superman. I like James Gunn. I think the Guardians of the Galaxy movies are like easily some of the best things that the MCU has. Like I think James Gunn has done more for Guardians of the Galaxy than any comics have over the last like however many decades Guardians of the Galaxy has been around. Because I remember when Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was still new. I remember when the ultimate version of Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was coming out, and people were upset that they had like Rocket Raccoon in it. People were like, who the fuck cares about Rocket Raccoon? And now it's like, if you were to put Rocket Raccoon in Marvel Tokon, I'm sure people would be very happy about that. Oh, is it not gonna take? Okay, let's see. Is it really not gonna take that gold one? Oh yeah, I guess not. Alright, well, I guess I can't breed. That sucks. Oh well. I'll save it though, just in case. I'm not gonna spend it, because I have a lot of money. I got a lot of moolah. Alright, so let me take something out. What can I take out? I'll take these out. Oh. Put that plort in there. Okay. Heartbeat. Do they take Gruden meat? No. And these strawberries are all gone. They're all in there, so I think I'm okay on that end. Enough carrots in there. Meat and veggie. Fruit and meat. I think I could put some heartbeat. Fruit and veggie. Okay. I'll feed them some more heartbeats. I might as well throw these guys in here. I mean, I already got them. Oops. You're not even eating anything. What are you doing? There we go. Why are you making that face? You're not even eating anything. Alright, you. Eat up. Well, that was a waste of money. Oh well. But I'll need it if I find more slimes, which I'm sure will be the case at some point. Oops. It just occurred to me that Batman Arkham Knight will be 10 years old. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh man, I remember when that I can remember like it was last week playing that game for the first time. And I don't necessarily mean that in a like exclusively good way. Cause like I know there's a lot of like people now that look back on Arkham Knight and they go, "Wow, what a great game. That was such an excellent game." And I will agree that as far as graphically, it holds up extremely well. It's aged extremely well. I think all three of those games have aged really well graphically. Especially Arkham Knight, because I think just the what they were able to do with all the effects in that game is way more impressive than some AAA new gen games I've seen. But I just find Arkham Knight, as far as overall story and game, to be I find it to be very wanting for me personally. Oh god, angry ones again. There are moments in Arkham Knight I really like, or even love, I would say. But there are also plenty of moments that make me just that make me just do a big face palm with how stupid they are. Or at least like how predictable some of it was. Like I feel like anyone who has a basic knowledge of Batman could be able to predict that the Arkham Knight was Jason Todd that whole time. I mean, that was my very first guess when they mentioned the Arkham Knight and how they were making this brand new villain and working towards it. And I think I really resent too, like I really resent how they talked about Arkham Knight as if he was this original villain, which I guess if we're gonna go semantics, I guess you could say that was never a lie. But it's like, dude, it's the Red Hood. Like that, it's Red Hood in all but name. It's just your version of Red Hood, Jason Todd and Red Hood. So I really don't want to hear it that the Arkham Knight is an original character, because he's really not. And it was so obvious from the very beginning, and then them and going into the game, and them really telegraphing it as if you were a dummy. I just really could not get on with Arkham Knight, especially towards the second half of the game. Oh yeah, I definitely agree with that, XYZ. The graphics in that game are fantastic. The art direction, the graphics are fantastic. They look way better than not Arkham Knight, Gotham Knights. They look way better than Suicide Squad. But I just found it wanting, sadly. I still think Arkham City and Arkham Asylum are much better than Arkham Knight, at least in my opinion. Arkham City in particular, I adore Arkham City. That's one of my all-time favorite games. I would absolutely put that like in my, if I were to make like a top 25 list, that would absolutely be in my top 25. Like, I love Arkham City. I've played it many times, both normally and on that that like super geared up, not geared up, but like that one mode where it takes away the ability to see when an enemy is about to attack. So it takes away that signal. So you have to be constantly aware of your enemy and your surroundings. And I think that mode is just awesome. It's such a fun, immersive mode. Oh boy. Well, I hope Rocksteady makes a Batman Beyond game, since Suicide Squad was disappointing. I wouldn't be surprised if I wouldn't be surprised if Rocksteady were to get shut down. Like, I hate to say it, but I can see that as a reality, especially with how Suicide Squad turned out, because that was a major bomb for WB. I mean, I feel like Monolith got shut down for less. I mean, they at least had hits before they got into production trouble with Wonder Woman. I don't know why they couldn't have just shut down Wonder Woman and then have them work on a new game at that point. I don't know why. I don't understand why they were even shut down. I mean, maybe it's because I guess it's because the team left, the people who really made Monolith what it was. I can understand it from that perspective, but the old team at Rocksteady, most of them are gone. Most of them left. They're now working, I think they're now working with Xbox on a new game. So I just don't see why. I don't know why we shut. Oh my god, I'm blanking. I don't know why. Oh, rad slime. I better get these back. I don't know why we keep Rocksteady around, but we don't shut down. Well, we shut down Monolith? Sorry, I was getting distracted by the Uh-oh. Oh boy, I better get out of here. I don't want to save the chiclets, but take that. Saving the chiclets. Let me get that. Take that. Take that. I'll breed that with the... Oh, I can breed rad slimes and I have a lot of... Actually, I have a lot of possibilities for breeding now that I've been here. All right. This is pretty cool. Is there a way I can easily get back to camp from here? Because I really don't want to get... I really don't want to get destroyed. Ironically, when he finally made an appearance in the comic books, long after the game, he ended up being the original character. Oh, are you talking about Arkham Knight, Nero? Shit. Yeah. Wait, don't I have a... I thought I had a... Do I have a jetpack or something? Maybe I have a jetpack. Did I buy one? I don't even know. I think I might have, but I don't have the... Shit. But I don't have the reach to get over there. I thought I did. The identity ended up being original in the comics. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Interesting. Oh, these are new. Sorry, Chickadoo, you're out. Puddleplort. Ooh. Boomplort. Get rid of you. Get that. Puddle slime. Man, I just wow, I just found a lot of possibilities with this. Cool. All right. Okay, well, let's head back and start breeding. I just wish Rocksteady had followed through on their promise with Arkham Knight being an original character, original villain. Cause like, I'm sorry, it's just Red Hood, but with a different name. That's the Arkham Knight. I'm sorry, like it's just I don't know what else to call it. Like it's not an original character. They straight up lied. And I don't like that. Because I was looking forward to seeing if the Arkham Knight was an original character, like they said. Because I really didn't want to believe my first instinct that it was Jason Todd. But that's exactly what it ended up being, unfortunately. And that was greatly disappointing to find that out. Alrighty, here we are. I gotta check to see if I have that jetpack boost. Because I am gonna need that. That will be very useful. If I need to go back and get more rad slimes. Puddleplort? Can I combine rad slimes with puddle slimes? Maybe I can. All right, let's get to breeding. Let's see. Will you eat that? It's not. Okay, what about that? Oh, whoops. I'm gonna put the rad slime. It's over here. These guys will be very useful. But what about Crystal Fort? There we go. Yeah. Okay, so that will be useful. Suck all these guys up. That in here. There we go. All right, now I've got a good combo going. Okay. So now I need to breed. Okay, let me go throw... Let me actually see if a boom slime will mix with a puddle plort. That might seem counterintuitive. No? Okay, maybe not. All right, come on over here. No? Will you please eat that? Please? What about that? What if you eat that right there? No. Okay. I'm just gonna store you in here for the time being. They need veggies. Okay. Money! Money, money, money! Alright. Also, other characters I want to see took on Emma Frost and Kitty Pryde. I guess Kitty Pryde wouldn't be one of the ones I would personally vote for, but I can definitely see her being an interesting inclusion. Oh, whoops, I didn't mean to shoot out a slime. Where the hell? Wait, where'd the crystal go? The hell? Where'd the crystal go? It bounced somewhere. Huh. Huh, oh well. Just grab another one. Yeah. Alrighty, let's breed. Alright, you, eat it up. Shit, these things just bounce. Like, holy shit. There we go, okay. Alright. Alright, come back here. Come and eat it. Come on, eat it up. There we go. All right, making some progress. Now I need some veggies. Oh god. Maybe these guys will take crystal slimes too. Give that a try. I think they already have with the other ones. But I need to find one that's gonna take a puddle plort so I can make more of these. Let's try another good one. Maybe the puddle will try this one. Let's try a puddle, slime, and a crystal one. Will that take? No? Okay. Oh, it needs... Duh, I'm stupid. It needs water. Well, I'm dumb. It needs water. And this is why I'm glad I put a water thing over here. There we go. There we go. Diet. Water. I just need to grab more of these. Okay. Only. Ink slime and a port puddle. Now, who's gonna eat this? Do I have any takers? No? Okay, guess not. Oh, I need veggies. Hold on. Okay. Let's go back. Put some veggies in there. Ooh, Nightcrawler. That could be cool. Forgotten about him. Now we're making money. Thank you. I wonder if there are any creatures that can mute with a puddle plort. Rare species that live in there. Rancher risks. Puddle slime aren't risky. They just require a fair bit on its plorts to sit in if they evaporate from water. Finally, are exceptionally shy. Will not produce plorts if they are close proximity to more than 3 other slime. Oh. Well, I think that that's a big oh no, wait, no, that's okay. That's all right. They're not in close proximity. They're good. All right, so let me see about the jetpack now. I don't think I could have sworn I bought that upgrade, but no, I didn't. Okay. Let's do water tank. Pulse wave. Yeah, why not? Just buy all that. Why not? Okay. Yeah, so that's gonna help me get across and get more puddle slime. Alright, cool. And just like that, I'm back up to 1,000 again. I do need to... Can I store these guys? I guess I can. Let me take that out. And then take that out. Store oh, I guess I can't store slimes in that. Okay. I don't want to let them go. But I'll just throw them in here. Throw them in here for the time being. Just kind of sit there. Think about their life decisions. So let's go back and try to find maybe a couple more of these guys. Yeah, I need to find one of these guys. Puddle slimes. Oh yeah, they ate all the fucking... I mean, I guess they're satisfied. That's what it looks like, at least. Ooh, this jetpack is nice. I like this. That's a nice jetpack. I found interesting in TV tropes. Did you know that Lex Luthor wasn't supposed to be Superman's arch enemy, and he wasn't created until years after Superman was created? Yeah, no, I knew that, but Lex Luthor, for like in my mind at least, will always be Superman's arch nemesis. I mean, that's even if they never really intended it until years later, because Superman was always just meant to be like less of a character and more of a symbolic figure for things like truth and justice and what have you. But Lex Luthor coming around years later was more of an attempt to kind of like, hey, Superman doesn't really have any weaknesses. Like, what can we do? And that's when they came up with the kryptonite as Superman's one and only weakness. Let me actually go back. This way? Is this the way? I think. Yeah, I think this is the way. Yeah, here we go. Or maybe I already came through here, but whatever. Yeah, I think I already came through here. But I could have sworn there was a cave around here that I could go into and find some of those like really angry slime. Not these guys, not the ones that are attacking me currently. These are the tar assholes. I guess I'll go back the other way. See if I can find those water slimes again. Something I found interesting, I mean. No, yeah, it is interesting because a lot of people today, they don't really have a conception of Superman without Lex Luthor. But there was a time where Superman was just by himself a superhero, and he didn't like his rogues gallery were just things like hijackers, bank robbers, thieves, just general criminals were more his. Falling buildings were more his enemies than like Lex Luthor or Bizarro or Doomsday. Let's see, this way. Yeah, I think this was the way. Yeah, I'm getting into that area. Okay, cool. So hopefully I can find some more water slime around here. Okay, I'm on the right track. That's good. More of these rad guys. Oh god. I have plenty of these guys, but I do want to collect the... No, I don't want the rock slime. Oh god. Just turning deadly again. Okay, let's check the water over here. No. Oh wow, this is still here. Alright, let's go over here. Check it out. That just makes him... just makes him, because it showed how well he works nowadays, he's considered by everyone, including DC, as Superman's arch nemesis. Yeah, he's a great villain. Some interpretations have obviously been better than others, but Rad Rock Largo? Oh, so that's how I can... Okay. Can I get any plorts out of these guys? Or no? I don't think so. Maybe not. No. Ow. Well, that one died. That one ran to his death, basically. Here. Oh, hello. So it is possible. You can combine the two. Okay, so it is possible. Don't do that, please. Thank you. Okay. So there's a cave system this way. Yeah, there's a lot of rad ones in here. A lot of rad ones. So that's one of them. Okay. Okay. I got enough information that I needed from this. And I guess I should be lucky that I got a plort one. Or a water one. Uh-oh. There's chaos. Time to get away. Yeah, no water guys here. But... Ow. And these guys are just nasty. Just killing their fellow slime. Better, I mean. Oh, okay. Nasty slime. Oh, this is how you come down. Okay. But I can't really breed. I can't really breed water slime though. That's the thing. I have to like... I I think I just have to come back and check every once in a while. Yeah, because I don't think... Oh, no, here we go. Okay, give me that. Oh, I can suck up water. Nice. Get rid of that. I don't need that. Get a puddle plort in there. That's better. That'll be better for me in the long run. Okay, so I have 2 puddle plorts now. Or not puddle, water slime now, which is a very good thing. We'll head back to the home base. Okay, there we go. Excuse me. Don't want to disturb your cranky asses. So that was actually a pretty good haul. They came away with a new puddle slime, a puddle plort. I still have the odd onions, so I'll stash those for later. Or I'll feed them to the ones that need veggies later on. I hope the water doesn't drain in this. Doesn't look like it does. Good thing. Okay, cool. Yeah, so now I have puddle slimes. All right. These guys need meat and fruit. I can just grab some more hens. Where are all these hens coming from? They're just manifesting out of the ether. I'll come back for that later. Or another day. And I guess I'll store... Or you know what? No, let me pick these up, because I think some of the ones in there need veggies, I believe. These guys are running on empty on fruit. So let me grab this as well. Crazy how Wonder Woman never got her own dedicated cartoon. Harley Quinn has 5 series. Oh, God, that's 5 seasons now? That's how long that's been on HBO Max? Oh my God. A Wonder Woman series would be cool, because I haven't seen it in a long time, but I remember the one animated movie they did with Wonder Woman was really, really good. So I think it's a shame that they don't give her... Yeah, veggie. They haven't given her her own cartoon. It's a real shame. Okay. And then suck up the slime. And these guys need... Oh no, they do need fruit. Let's give them about 17. We'll suck up their... Okay. Move a couple, actually. Also, I feel like Lex Luthor works even more nowadays because we know about CEOs that age well as a character. Yeah, definitely. I mean, you could just take Lex Luthor and have him be the representative of corporate America, and it works really well. They had a lot of foresight with that character, with Lex Luthor. Yeah, they're getting enough. I don't really care about feeding these guys. They can starve for all I care. They're my little experiments. All right, all right, all right, all right. Here. Here, damn it. All right, here. Eat up. Oh, they eat everything. Okay. And then I know there's more. There are more veggies over here with the onion. Oh wait, no. Let me get rid of some of these too. Make some money. Where are you guys coming from? Hens of the ether. That's what I'm gonna call you all. The great hens of the ether. Yeah. Meat and fruit. Well, have at it. Have fun. Oh, there's more. You guys are in luck. I'll give you guys more to eat. Is it not sucking up? Oh, there we go. Okay. Did you see the Spaceballs 2 trailer? I haven't watched it yet, but I know it's been announced. To be honest, I'm not a fan of Spaceballs. So the announcement of a sequel doesn't do anything for me. I find it kind of cynical in a way. Just like I find it like hypocritical just because they make fun of the merchandising options in that movie, or like Yogurt does. But then they turn around and go, "Hey guys, we're gonna make a Spaceballs 2 with Amazon, the probably one of the most monopolistic corporatist entities in the modern world." That's like, oh great, so you're just basically doing what you guys made fun of in the first movie. Awesome. I love to see it. That's sarcasm, by the way. Look, I'm happy for the Spaceball fans who love that movie and they want to see another one, but it's not for me. I'm not a big, like, outside of a few things, I'm not a big Mel Brooks fan in general. Like, I love Young Frankenstein. I think that movie's hilarious. I like parts of Blazing Saddles, but everything else I've seen, I like the producers as well, but everything else I've seen just doesn't do anything for me. It's not my personal kind of comedy, if I'm being honest. Okay. Damn, that's a lot of crystals that they're getting in here. I have become a very wealthy slime rancher this stream. The thing is, the CEO aspect of Luther wasn't created until sometime around the 70s or 80s. Oh. Again, holds up really, really well. Veggie. Okay. Just put some leftover carrots in here. Some onions. I'll throw some onions in here. Just so they have plenty to eat. Oh, I guess I can't just I can't put it back. Oh well, I'll leave it there for now. Oh. I'll just do that. Why not? Get these guys. I think that's... Oh no, there's one more back here. There we go. They needed meat, huh? Okay, let's... Oh no, they can eat veggies too. Let's get them some veggies. Or no. Let me go outside and grab it. Give you guys some hens. How about that? Been letting you guys starve for a little bit, but I'll be nice and get you guys some hens. Because I don't think anything else is ready for me to get. Nope. Let me go grab some hens real quick. Alright guys, let's go. We're going on a field trip. Oh, not the stony hens. I want the normal hens. There we go. Okay. 18 is enough. Or 19? Nah, one lucky hen gets out. Or you know what? I think I have 7 in there. I think 14 should be okay. Yeah, 14 should be okay. Just run around in there. They should be fine. Yeah, you guys must be hungry. Well, I hope you guys are happy. I think that is enough harvesting for now. Let's trade all these in, and then I will end the stream for today. In the 2-hour mark. Money! All right. Okay, so that's going to be it for me today. Thank you all to everyone who came by. Thank you especially Nero. Thank you Deadwade. Thank you XYZ. And I will be back next week for another stream. And then Thursday I have a video. I actually just finished the audio for it yesterday, and it is a review of Clair Obscur Expedition 33. finally got that finally got that together. So you all will have that to watch on Thursday morning. And other than that, take very good care of yourselves, and I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day. Have a good one, everyone. Take care. Goodbye.